Good day, everybody. Today, I am absolutely thrilled to come to you for the first time in a very long time with an owner and a trainer. It wasn't because I didn't have owners and trainers where it was working. It's just I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to keep it going. And Josh called me one day and said, "Talk to me about your training kit." And he has reinvigorated my enthusiasm. And I am so excited about getting back into it and hearing people say, "Hey, I need a good training program." So I'm bringing you Josh and his brand new trainer, Serena, today because I think they have a lot to share with you. Before we get started about what's happening today, Josh, I would like you to introduce yourself, please, and tell us a little bit about what you did before you started a cleaning service. What's your background?
Okay. Would you like the short version or the long version?
The short version. The short
Okay.
version. Our,
All
our,
right.
our audience has a short attention
All
span.
right. And I have an even shorter attention span. All right. My name is Joshua Brown, and I'm the owner of Fresh Look Home Cleaning here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I have a big experience, a major experience in like sales. And I come from the gym industry, so a completely different industry. But my background mainly was sales. And in a transition point in my life, I'll kind of say that the cleaning industry landed in my lap. I barely clean my own house, so it wasn't something that I grew up with or had aspirations of doing. But whenever I made the decision to venture into this, I said, you know what, I want to do the best that I can and be the best that I can with this industry. So yeah, we've had our Fresh Look Home Cleaning for about 3 years now, and we've done pretty well. But meeting Sharon and being introduced to Sharon has been like a game changer. And honestly, it's been more than business. It's impacted my entire life, and I'm thankful for being here today.
You are so sweet to say that. But I'll pay you for that later.
Okay.
Let's move over to Serena. Serena, introduce yourself and tell us what you did before you came to work for Josh.
My name is Serena Norris. Um, I've actually been cleaning for almost 23 and a half years. I've did, I've worked at factories and stuff, but I've always come back to cleaning. I really enjoy it. I love helping people. I just really enjoy cleaning. So that's just my go-to job. I was working for another cleaning company before Josh, and he actually saved me from them. So I'm not even joking. He saved me, and we just become family from there.
Yep.
Well, I'm thrilled to hear you've been cleaning that long. Number one, you don't look old enough to be cleaning that long. I think you're lying to us.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm 42.
Well, you 42-year-olds seem to look 32. They're doing something different today, Josh. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
It's the
AI.
filter,
Must be
maybe.
AI.
Yeah.
So we'll go back to that when I go to my next question with you. But Josh, tell us where you're at today. You said you've been in business for what, 2, 3 years?
Yeah, going on 3 years now.
Going on 3 years. What's your gross revenue, if you don't mind sharing it? How many jobs do you do a day, and how many employees do you have?
Okay. Well, as far as revenue,
Your running rate.
we yeah, our run rate. I mean, I don't know what the run rate is, but I could say we're on track to do. If that's what we're on track to do, we're on track to do about 450
Okay.
this year. Um, and to be honest with you, that was before I had the blessing of you coming into my life. So, I mean, I, I can't even imagine like where we're headed. But yeah, so about 450. With meeting you, I kind of cleaned house. So we were at about 10 to 12 cleaners. Now we're down to six just because we're going to do things the right way. Um, what was the other question?
How many jobs do you do a day, and how many employees
Uh,
you have?
how many? We do about 10 jobs a day
Okay,
right now.
with six
More,
employees.
yeah, more or less like 10 to 12 a day.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, but that's pretty much. And another thing about meeting you is like not just the cleaning training, but learning the things that you're talking about. Like I didn't know how to like actually look at the numbers and know like how my business is doing. So that's something else I'm learning from you, but that's a whole another story. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at with it right now, and I'm so excited um, for where things are going to go in the future and the small changes that I've already made.
I'm excited too. So tell me, before we met, what did your training look like? What do you think?
Okay. Before we met, um, I would just say that we did the best that we could, and I was blessed to have people that believed in like what we could do, and we just we led with integrity. That was the main thing that we had. But as far as a structured training, there was none. I
So
mean,
how
we had
did it work, Josh? Like, did a cleaner go out and watch your cleaner and then they watch them, or how, or did
yeah,
you not even do that? Did you
yeah.
like just go like Serena, since you know how to clean, just go clean?
Yeah, I just went to YouTube University and pieced together as much as I could. And, people would do a test cleaning and people would do basically a week ride along with a current team member like Serena. And, it's a blessing to have Serena. Like she did the best that she could to help bring them up, but there was nothing like completely structured. It was like follow her system, but it was all kept, pretty much they kept it in their head. And, what would you say? Would you agree with that, or what would you say?
Yeah, we just basically had a test clean, and then they would shadow us for, or we would shadow them for like a week. And um,
So the test clean was you only hired people who could clean, then I take it.
yeah, we,
Yeah,
we never had training, but
yeah. We never
we
had
tried.
training. Yeah, we never had training. Sorry to cut you
No,
off.
you're good.
We never had like true training, but we basically had a test cleaning to show like if they had potential. Like if they had potential and a decent attitude. If they had the potential and a decent attitude, we would move forward with them. So in a sense, like it was good because everything starts with attitude. But beyond that, there was no like support and there was no structure the way that it should be.
So, what were the biggest frustrations and challenges with doing it that way?
Everything. Um, the biggest, not being able to have a repeatable process,
Okay.
um, and not being able to be like to put yourself out there professional and to have the team members believe that you could train them and have them set up for success. So them coming in, it they could feel that it wasn't that structured just the way that we could feel like it wasn't that structured. So basically coming in and building a real business where you have repeatable systems
Okay.
and processes.
I'm going to digress for just one moment here. When we first, from training to when we first met, you were doing 1099s. You decided to
Correct.
switch to W-2s.
Correct.
What were some of the deciding factors that had you do that? And what do you feel about it now?
Uh, the reason why I went with 1099s is because that's what YouTube told me to do. So there wasn't really any thought beyond that. Uh,
Surprised I said that. Interesting.
Yeah, and because when I first started this, I'm sorry, I talk too much, but I want people to have a good understanding of like my thought process because this could help a lot of people. Um, Before, like I was like one foot in, 1 foot out, and what I mean by that is I didn't make a decision to build a business of impact. When I first built the business, it was like believing in these YouTube people that said you can have passive income. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that belief, came over time. And you're hearing this for the first time, so great.
Yeah.
But you get what you get with me. Um, but it was meeting people like Serena and meeting the other team members and meeting the clients that ingrained the belief that the customers and the team members deserve more, but I didn't know what that more was because I went on a journey to kind of search, and that's how I even met you. But yeah, the 1099s versus W2s, it was just what the majority of the videos told me to do that I searched on YouTube. And it wasn't until I met you that said, hey, there are different alternatives and there is another way. And you open my eyes to that.
Interesting. Well, I'm very sorry that they're giving that kind of advice. It's very poor. So let's go back to the cleaning kit, and thank you for that. Once you decided to start using Clean Smart Academy's training kit, what was the first thing you noticed would have to change in your business?
Sounds like you're setting me up. Everything.
I knew you was going to say that.
Everything. Um, Basically, just seeing I'll say again, like that process, and that a process does exist. And I'm the type of person that I I want to paint a picture for people that this isn't like 2 seconds of YouTube videos and 2 seconds of research. I go deep, like I go deep to the point where my wife says you need to take a step back. So I'm talking about 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 hours of research. Um, and when I discovered you and I discovered this process, I was like, where have you been the past 3 years? But a part of me is glad that that it happened that way, because I was able to gain that appreciation of of seeing what your training capabilities are. If I would have found you the first time, I don't know if I would have quite had an appreciation of all the failures in the past and the things that I've tried to implement in the past. But just seeing it, oh my goodness, it's just, you don't know. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. It's a repeatable step by step process that you cannot mess up if you follow the steps. And before, I did not have that. It was like, cross your fingers, like, do the best you can and
Well,
cross your fingers.
it's a valid point.
So I don't know if that answered the question,
No,
but yeah.
that's very good. Very good. Did you ever have any skepticism about it being animated?
Yeah. Um, because it was the first time I saw that. So I mean, the first time you see it, of course, but once you, I guess you, once you know who Sharon Timberg is, there's a level of trust there. So yeah, I had skepticism, but then I believed in your process, and you have a proven process, and I said, okay, I'll trust it. And once I trusted it, the skepticism melted away.
Okay.
So yeah, if that
Good.
and that's the thing too, is like, with me, like, just because you and I are here on this, like, I'm here to tell the truth, and the whole truth, what they say, so help me God. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, but the animations are amazing now that I understand.
Good. Good. So, and I think Serena helped you realize that. So let's chat about Serena for a moment. What were the qualities in Serena that made you choose her as your trainer? And ironically, we went down this road before the silence came. I mean, I
Yeah.
met Josh, we did a few things. I helped him interview, and then boom, he went away. So all I managed to accomplish with him was get rid of some dead weight in the office. And then you started all over again. You didn't even use the trainer we were going to go with because she decided there wasn't enough money. So tell me, what made you choose Serena? Without me, by the way.
Yeah. That's a great question. So, to make a long story short, once I understood your process and your winning formula, it made me say, why didn't you choose or look into Serena in the first place? Like, all the characteristics that you talked about of the type of person that it takes to execute this system was Serena. And Serena has been, working with us since day one. And Serena has been the champion of this business since day one. And, you help you. Me and Serena talked about the future briefly, but you kind of crystallized it and let me make the choice on my own, that I already have an amazing person for this position, because she is fresh. She is the heartbeat. She is Fresh Look Home Cleaning, and that's the type of person.
I can feel that. I think many times owners make the mistake of looking outside what they're sitting on. I mean, you're sitting on gold and you go out. My dad used to say about men who cheated on their wives, why go out for hamburger when you have steak at home? I think that's the same thing. Every owner thinks, oh, they're a cleaner. They're not capable of being managers. And I think that's totally untrue. Totally untrue. And I
Totally
think the
untrue.
industry is changing with that too, which is great. So,
Yeah.
Serena, when you first started cleaning, way back when, what did you find the biggest challenge and the hardest thing to learn about cleaning?
When I first started cleaning, I was little. My mom owned her own cleaning business, so I grew up with someone that owned a cleaning business. Um, Everything from banks to residentials, and it was very difficult working with her. But um,
I
I
bet.
don't know. I've just always been good at it because my mom was just OCD neat freak. We would get up every Saturday and scrub everything down. So I've always just taken to it. I I don't really I don't really know how to answer that because I
Okay.
just I enjoy cleaning. So
Well, and you were raised with it, which is probably different. So let me, and you've trained for Josh for a couple of years now. What do you find the most challenging for cleaners to learn when you train a new cleaner? Maybe that's the better way to answer. Where's your challenge in trying to get that person to do things right?
a lot of people are set how they want to do things. They learn different ways of cleaning from other different companies, and it's just we have a way we like to do things here, and getting people out of that process into a new process is very challenging. But that's why I'm excited about this because this is going to make everything so much better and so much easier. So,
Explain that. Why do you think it'll be better and easier?
because for one, there's no way anyone could say, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. I didn't know we did that, or I didn't know how to do that because your videos break everything down in a step to step process in the most basic way that someone can learn it. And you asked Josh about the animation. I like the animation, and I think it'll draw younger cleaners. It'll get them more fascinated into that way of our new way of cleaning. And I just there's no way anyone can say anything about not knowing or not knowing how to do something. And if they do have a challenge, we can send them back to it. They can, if they have any questions, if I can't answer it or they're not understanding, they can always go back to the videos and re-watch, relearn, or just take it in, again. And the quizzes at the end too kind of show them what they didn't take in from the video itself. They can go back and watch it and retake the quiz again over and over if they need to.
And I'll add to that too. Some of the most powerful stuff is you can focus on someone that has a great attitude and a willingness to learn versus someone that has a cleaning background and experience. Like before, I would say you need 2 years of experience minimum to give us a fighting chance. And now we have a bigger pool of people because you can say, hey, we're looking for the right fit attitude wise. So you can take someone that's never cleaned before and plug them into the system. And as long as they have the right attitude and the willingness to learn, that creates, yeah.
That is so spot on. I'm trying to remember the name of the CEO I just heard last week who said they hire for attitude. You can teach the rest. And this was a huge,
Yes.
big, multi-billion-dollar company. He still says he hires for attitude, which yeah, you can't teach attitude.
No.
So, Serena, when you looked at it, what you said to me, and the reason I wanted to interview you is you said it was so different. You've never seen anything like this before. At what point did you realize that? And what did you mean by that?
The, the first 30 seconds of the video, I've watched hundreds and hundreds of videos online on training or learning or step by step processes, and there's never been anything like yours. It's very, very thorough. It's the most amazing training video I've ever seen. I'm not just saying that to just for you, and I'm saying it because I mean it.
Yeah.
I was very excited when he showed me these videos because it showed me different ways to do things too. And I've been doing this a long time, and I really like the process that you've showed. And I'm gonna have to relearn because I'm set in my ways too. I'm not just saying that about other cleaners. I've been doing this a long time, and I've done it a certain way, and so yeah, I'm having to relearn too. And that way, I can teach other people to do it our new way. But yeah, it's just very thorough, and is very well broke down, and it makes it simple for anyone. Even Josh can learn it.
I get that because most owners, hey, it was for me too. I probably have only cleaned 5 houses in my life, but I can clean them because I watched the video.
Well, I'm
So
saying, he said he doesn't clean his house, so he can watch it, learn how to
if you
clean
saw
it.
mine, you know I don't clean mine either. I'm waiting for Bradley to get
I
in
don't
here
clean
because
mine
he's
either.
the reason I started a cleaning service is because they have to clean my house. I mean, that's the only reason I started this cleaning service.
They can always
So
train in yours.
yeah, exactly. Well, as a matter of fact, I might be training today, and boy, does it need it. Um, yeah, definitely. And we're big enough now that we actually need one more cleaner, so that's always exciting. And I think that's also true about this video. I mean, sometimes it's like, oh God, I gotta hire another cleaner, I gotta get them trained. I am excited when we hire because it's so simple. You see them get so
Yes,
enthusiastic, and you just stand back and watch them, and you got this new energy in there. So, but I think that's only true if you have a training program. I would agree with that.
yes.
So, you haven't trained anybody officially yet. Is that right, Serena?
No, not yet.
How long do you anticipate taking, and you're solos, correct, Josh?
Yes, ma'am.
How long do you anticipate it will take to train a new cleaner now to be ready
Mhm.
to go solo?
We were actually talking about that earlier. We're just thinking 3 days. Um,
Okay.
That's spot on. One
but
for dusting, one for kitchens, and one for bathrooms. And if you take them out there and they've watched the video before they at home at night, and all you do is give them the questions, you can get an early start, and you can watch them do one, and they should be ready to go on their own. And if they're with a partner, like take a solo and make them now a partner for that day, that partner only does dusting in kitchens, and your person can stay in bathrooms all day long. And then the next day you go to somebody else or the same thing, but now they do kitchens all day long. And then the next day they do dusting all day long. And then, yes, you should be ready,
Yeah.
which is great. Absolutely great. Okay. So, any other comments you all want to make?
Yeah.
Yes.
For those out there that want to be successful, this is a no-brainer. And this comes from someone that is hardcore when it comes to like research and making sure you're making the right decision. And and through that research, I was also willing to put my money where my mouth was. So I wanted to find this so bad before I found you that I had already committed to I'll pay for someone $5,000 to give me the information that I needed whenever I found it. And then when I found you, it was 3 years in the making. So it was 3 years of research before I found you. I wish it would have been sooner. We'd already be a multi-million dollar company that's very successful before then. But like I said, I was able to gain an appreciation for when I finally found uh, your training. And yeah, for anyone out there that really wants to be successful, it's a no brainer.
Thank you. Serena, did I hear something that I should be expecting $5,000 in my bank account today?
that's what I heard. I mean,
That's what I said.
Thank you. So, Serena, any final words from you? And I'm going to tell you both, I would like to re interview you in a month when you've got some training under your belt now, because it'll be fun to see what you say then. This is to the audience, I will say I apologize that we haven't trained yet, but I wanted everybody to hear it from somebody who's been here 23 years in the cleaning, Serena, and just thinks this is Good. So
I'm,
thank you.
I'm
So what
excited.
comments?
I'm excited to start, using your methods to train people. I think it's going to be so much easier and just, actually, like you said, fun and interesting. I really got excited when I watched your videos. You can ask Josh. I was very, very excited. So I think this is going to be way easier than the way we were doing it before, and it just I'm excited to start, and I'm excited to come back in a month and let you know how it
Absolutely.
goes,
Good.
because
Good.
I think it's going to be going very,
and,
very
and
well.
and people are so focused on, especially when you come into this business, they're so focused on the marketing and the sales aspect, and they wonder why their business isn't growing. It's exact. That's kind of where I was, but the people are the most important part. The people process, and you hear about turnover, and you hear about training, and you know, yeah, I'm just excited as well to come back in a month, and you have a great student on your hands that's going to implement and be able to give real feedback to the people of how important this is.
If I can guarantee you, if you have problems in your first week of turnover, it will go away when you have good training, because there's no doubt about it. The people feel like you took the time and effort to make them feel important. Can't tell you how many people have told me they've never been trained before. So they're just amazed when I'm standing there actually spending a whole day with them. They're just blown away. I mean, some people are 25, they've had 7 jobs, no wonder, and they've never once been trained. It just is like, oh my God. This will make it easy to train. They will last longer. If you add to this, which I don't think we've even discussed, and I'll get that to you, Josh, the 10 the the 10-day evaluation form that you complete at the end of each day. If you add that, I guarantee you'll keep everybody. You'll have to get rid of them yourself. And the evaluation form will help you do that as well. So I'll make sure and share that with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I can't thank you enough for your time. Serena, when do you train your first person? When does this happen?
What did we say? So we're in the second week of digesting the system, and we said we should be ready next week after.
And you have it somebody ready? Are you going to add a person to your staff?
I have people on the pipeline, but I haven't pulled the trigger with calling them to let them know, and that's on me. But yeah, within the next week or so, we already have. To be honest, I don't know if I told you this. We already have 21 people in the pipeline, ready to be
Yeah,
interviewed.
you told me that last week.
So, yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm still looking over, all the information that Josh gave me, and I want to know the website inside and out. That way I can teach it,
Hmm.
um, because it is different from the way I've been doing things. So I have to get it down pat before I can teach it. So
But yeah, like next week, we should be wrapping up with this and be ready to go.
Okay. And I did send Josh a 2-page how to roll it out. Did you find that, Josh, or should I send that again?
I think
I think you
yeah, I
did.
gave, yeah,
Yeah.
we've been reviewing
If
that.
you
Yes.
follow that, it should roll out
Yeah.
really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before I leave, I think that we should do one plug for somebody else that you said who has helped you immensely, and that would be your new software company. Talk to us a little
Yeah.
bit about your new software company.
Yeah. So basically, I'll keep this short, but basically, I want Fresh Look Home Cleaning to be best in class overall. And, through meeting you, you've opened my eyes to a lot of things. So I'm also rolling out the cleaning software by Holly Moore. That's another thing that's been like just meeting them and meeting the team has been another game changer for me. I'm just so excited. I talk to Serena about it all day, every day. I'm just so excited about the future and where the future lies. Um, but yeah, it's called the cleaning software. But really, even with Sharon, even with the things that I'm talking about, if you're not ready to be best in class, just go somewhere else. If you just want to be average, if you want to keep the status quo, just shut this off, go to the next video, and go through the pain that I went through before, and gain their appreciation, because this is something that for people that are ready to be best in class.
Thank you. I agree with that. I agree with that. Okay. Well, I will talk to you in a month. Until then, happy training.
Happy
Thank
training. Thank
you.
you.